Alright, so a gentleman by the name of, I hope I say this right, Syandort, also goes by Maniac FPV. He wanted to know how to conformal coat a naked Vista. So I've already taken this one out of my tiny trainer, which, by the way, if you get a chance, build one of these. These are an absolute blast. So I'm gonna knock this out real quick, clean it, and then do the conformal coating that I do. I do a little bit differently than many people do. You could probably say I go overboard, but I would say I'm just extra careful, and I make sure that I'm taking care of these as best as possible. I did this, and when we had the snow this past winter in Arkansas, I crashed many times in the yard and didn't have any issues. With that said, I've also had no issues with my protected gear as well. I've got a naked air unit that was stuck in the stuck on a roof for 3 weeks, rained on about 3 times, and I simply pulled it out, gave it an alcohol bath with the paintbrush, and it's been flying great ever since. Actually, the only component that gave out on the build was the iFlight Beast F7, and it flew 2 flights and then it died. But my naked air unit is still going strong. Where is my... There it is. So let's knock that out real quick. Okay. Let's knock this side out. Wish this one had come off a little bit cleaner, like that one did, but oh well, it is what it is. But I am going to try and get it super clean, because I do plan on waterproofing it, and I'd like to get as much of that stuff off as possible. It would probably be okay, but I am the way I am. And I don't like that blue stuff being stuck on, because I think it just is a trap for debris and stuff. And now that it's not covered with the heat shrink, I think it caused more problems than not. Okay. Actually looking pretty good. There we go. All right, one more time. Trying to make sure I get it off my finger so I don't keep spreading it. It's like the more you apply the alcohol, the more it just disintegrates it. It's not as much the brushing motion as it is plenty of alcohol. It's crazy, the stuff likes to kind of wrap around the sides somehow. I don't know how it does it, but it seems to just kind of reappear. Last pass, and then we will start to do the conformal or the waterproofing, and that's good enough. All right, so set those there. Let's put this to the side. All right, so I do two different types of waterproofing. I do the traditional conformal, thick. It doesn't come off unless there's, direct heat applied from a soldering iron. Does a really good job, but the downside is you don't want to get it inside your USB or any of your USB-C, mini USB ports, stuff like that. You don't want to get it in your antenna, any type of. You don't want to get it in your boot button, your reset button, your bind button, any of that stuff. You don't want to get it in here where your ribbon is. This goes for all boards. So what you want to do is you want to plug in all the peripherals you can. Like for me, I'm gonna plug in USB-C. I'm gonna attach the cable when I apply the conformal coating. It's more durable. Then I've got this stuff, this dry drone, and it's thinner. It's a lot easier to put on. It evaporates extremely fast, and it's expensive. You want to wear gloves. You want a well ventilated area. It does conduct electricity, so you can allow it. You can let it get in all the crooks and crannies, all your buttons and stuff, and it will not hinder the connectivity. But it wears off easier if you rub it, scratch it, whatever. It's going to wear off. Where this is a lot harder. So I like to do both. because I like to really make sure that these things are protected. And I'm gonna show you that process real quick. All right. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take some of this. I'm gonna run it through here. Comes with a paper clip. Just get 2 twists. And I will still use this for soldering jobs, so it's not going to waste, but it's serving a multi-purpose for me right now. You really don't want to get this dry drone on your skin, and you want to be very quick because it does evaporate. I'll show you this process. But it is dry drone shake and bake. Open this up. Put these contents in here. Plus you want to cover it because it really does stink. And you see it got in there? And you just want to shake it around and you just want to totally douse the entire component. So it gets everywhere. Okay. Once it gets good and doused, you're going to stick it somewhere, let it dry. Close it up. All right, and then you can save this pouch for another day. I got all the air out last time, and it still dries eventually. So there's that. All right, so that's the dry drone. Stick that back where it goes. And as far as the solder goes, I've learned to use keister or kester. This is the stuff I got from Amazon. it's decent, but once I finally learned that I soldered like Keister, however you want to pronounce it, it immediately improved my my soldering welds. All right, so now these are waterproof, water resistant, waterproof, all the way down into all the crooks and crannies. Buttons will still work, all that good stuff. Because these things crash, because things rub, because sticks come in, because all kinds of stuff, I like to go to the extra step. And let me see. Okay, so here is my USB-C. So I shoved that in there. Let me see if I can find an extra antenna real quick. I know I got some. I just need to use. I'll just use that one for the time being. Okay. So I gotta watch out for this button. So when I apply this, let me put this ribbon on here. I'm gonna be careful not to go all the way up against here because this stuff will flow, and so you want to try and get as much as possible, but without getting in there, because if you do, it will prevent the button from making its contact, and it won't work. You won't be able to bond. This being into the port will protect those connections, so it won't be as worrisome. And then I picked up a bunch of these just because they're nylon or whatever. They seem to last. I can use them 2 or 3 times before I've got to toss them. And I didn't feel like the fibers would come out and stay trapped on the components. And you just want to start painting it on. It's a little on the thick side, and you want to try and go in every direction you can. Set that one to the side. We'll hit this side on this one. And it dries relatively fast while you're doing it, so you don't want to dilly-dally too much. Set that one there, that one there. Get my UV light out. This is a UV light, and you'll be able to, I don't know if you can see that because of the light, but you'll be able to see how well you coated it. And that's pretty good. All right. To speed it up, let me cover this up because this stuff does start getting thicker with air. Just to kind of speed it up a little bit. Now we can come over and we can hit this side. And these welds right here, it'll burn away when I go back to the solder. See that little button? I'm not trying to get all the way up against that button. Just gonna get a little bit of light coat up next to that button. Not to put a whole bunch. All right, let's see how this looks. Can you see that? That's good. All right, so now, let me pop this ribbon off, let that dry some more. Let's put this ribbon on. Let's put this ribbon on just to be on the safe side. Titan, what are you doing? Better not be chewing over there. Titan's my little 2-month-old mutt pup. All right. So now we got everything protected with the ribbons back in place. I hear you. He does love to play. Get down inside those cracks and stuff. Let's see. Good coverage. All right, so let's cover this up. Let this sit there dry. That's done. Then if you go rinse this under the sink real quick, you can use this a couple times. And that's it. I'm gonna give these a couple more minutes to dry. And not only are they waterproof in the crooks and crannies and the hard to reach spots that you don't want conformal coating in, but you've also got conformal coating on the exterior parts that are more likely to have impacts and abrasions and friction and things that would rub dry drone off. So it's the max coverage that you can possibly get. When with that said, gentleman by the name of Ciandort, I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. Manic FPV. Sorry it took me, I don't know, 3 weeks since you requested, but that's it. That's the process. If you have any questions, brother, hit me up. I'll answer them for you. I'm gonna let these dry. Then I'll put this tiny trainer back together, and that's it. Appreciate it. Love y'all. Peace.